Hey everybody, welcome back to Daytime. Sticking with the theme of the show for the most part, which is making yourself look beautiful with brand new makeovers. We're going to change the inside and make you beautiful inside too if you'd like. With us now is Angela Dacey. She's a color expert and personal development expert, as well as Dr. Valerie Frank, who is a naturopathic doctor and works hand in hand with Angela Dacey. So welcome to the show, ladies.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Listen, a pleasure to have you on the show. We started by talking about brand new hair, brand new makeup. Let's talk about a brand new you on the inside, because I'm sure for a lot of people, this is the time they're deciding to declutter the inside. Yeah. Is it easy to do, Angela?
No, it's not easy. That's why you need people like us. It's not easy, but you know, I give people a lot of credit for all the books that are out, the self-help books, the personal development books. There's a lot of information, especially in the last decade, as we know, on self-help. The thing is that so many people read the books, but they don't actually put a lot into practice. And we've talked before about some of the courses I've run to help them get there, but the biggest thing is what Val and I do is actually an intensive retreat to help people, bring them away and actually make them do the work so that you're actually transforming on the inside and beautifying from the inside out.
Now, how does this work? Tell us about the retreats and your services. How does this work?
So Soul Sauna was a part of a line of courses I developed called The Journey of Self-Discovery, and then I brought Dr. Valerie Frank on because she's the wisest woman I know, seriously. And we just together wanted to really bring people to a place of working through the tools to help them clear a lot of emotional and mental pain and wounds. And it sounds like it's hefty. I mean, we have a lot of laughs and a lot of fun, but it's also a really safe place for people to clear old stuff. I mean, we sit with the guilt and the judgments and the resentments and the self-loathing, and you know, you're talking on break about, you know, just even, you know, the diets and the cleanses, and it's a matter of how do we really break the outer shell and start to really find our true essence and love the spirit that we are.
Yeah.
And how do we become at peace exactly with our life and where we are now so that we can live presently in the moment with joy? So could you imagine, you know, being at home and we all have those people in our lives where we're like, oh, I can't believe you can spend 5 minutes with them, and then you're slamming down the phone, or like, oh, he's getting on my last nerve. But could you imagine having the freedom that that person could be exactly who they are, but because you're so clear about who you are and your stuff, that they can be that, and you just don't feel that. You feel the joy in the presence. Exactly.
I find often, and I can admit to this, the people who I detest the most are the ones that remind me of me. Right? And it's very accurate.
That's incredible.
How do you begin to sort of start to self-realize that it's not what they're doing, it's what they're allowing me to do?
Awareness, to me, is half the battle. You have to be aware, just as you are right now, which is fantastic. If you're not aware that somebody is triggering you because it's your stuff, not really their stuff, you're never going to heal the issues. When you start to actually become aware, then you can start working through the process, which is fantastic.
And for us, that was really what a lot of Soul Sauna was about, and that's why we wanted to actually take our retreat to the Bahamas, because we wanted to be able to have people to be able to do those exercises where they could find how people are mirroring for them, work through it, but do it in an environment where they're physically detoxing at the same time, so that you have your meals provided for you, that you have these meals that they have are just incredible. So everything's prepared, everything's done, and then you've got yoga sessions, you're out on the beach, you're doing it in the sun.
Who are your ideal clients that you have?
You know what, the majority of the time it's been women between the ages of 30 to 50 who are going through usually some upheaval in their life. We've had a lot of separated women, divorced women. A lot of the times it's just women who their kids have grown up and now they're, oh, it's time for me now? Who am I? What am I about? What do I want to keep? What do I want to give away? And they need to find themselves, really, literally. So, I mean, we definitely have had men. We've definitely had, we've had some young people like 18 to we've had really older people in their 60s, but the majority of the people seem to be around 30 to 50 who are really just searching to find their true authentic self.
Great. Well, after the break, we're going to talk about the first steps that people need to take to start going through this journey of decluttering their lives, and where they can get more information from you. So right now, if you want to get more information about this retreat, it's angeladacey.com.
That's right.
And we'll have more information about this right after the break. Welcome back to the show. We have Angela Dacey here, who is from Live Life Colorfully, and we have Dr. Valerie Frank, a naturopathic doctor, to talk about Soul Sauna, a retreat that you have put together. And everyone's talking about cleansing and starting with a positive light in the new year. Tell us just recap again about this retreat.
Sure. Well, this retreat's actually been on for 7 years. So we've done it for 7 years, and we've always done it in some beautiful place or resort in Ontario. This is the first time we're taking it outside of Canada, so we're totally excited it's in Bahamas at an ashram on Paradise Island. And the purpose of us doing that is to take people away, because we get so wrapped up in our day-to-day life. You know, it's nice to be away from your spouses, your kids, God love them, but it's a chance for them to really work on themselves. And it doesn't have to be, you know, the biggest crisis or the biggest traumas. It can be just a simple thing of, I need time for me and to work on me and to figure out who I am again.
Can I just say two things? One,
Please.
it's not bad to take a vacation away from your spouse.
No.
It doesn't mean you're leaving. It doesn't mean you're having an affair. It just means I'm taking some me time.
Right.
Second, people who are going through crises right now,
Yeah.
often it's just change trying to manifest in life. So if you are going through a crisis, how do you sort of identify and begin to sort of take those steps? Maybe I'll start with you, Dr. Val, to sort of get ready.
Sure. I think, you know, there's 2 points. I mean, one that you brought up during the break was that you don't necessarily have to be going through a crisis. It can just be about sometimes even just a feeling of loss or a feeling like I really want to move to that next level. But if you're in an actual crisis point, the first place that you have to start off with is yourself and identifying that, because quite often we point the fingers. If only my partner would do this, if only my, you know, children would do that, if only my parents would do this, then, or if only I had this job or that, then everything would be happy and good. And it's not. It's just about coming to a point where you can say, you know what, I'm creating my own life and my own reality, and I have to take responsibility. So the first part is to take an inventory and say, kind of, you know, do I know who I am, or am I ready to, at this point, sort of move beyond that so that I can bring peace and joy and tranquility into my life? Am I living according to my value, ethics, and authenticity?
It's all about perception of how your life is, and people have to stop doing the blame game.
Yeah.
Now, after people take this type of retreat with you, what have been the testimonials?
Oh my gosh. You know, we say we're blissed out, because I feel always so blessed to be able to facilitate a program like this and help people transform. And I'm going to mention that we actually put a guarantee on this one, because we have done it for so long. We have seen transformation in every single person that's ever come. So if anyone wants to invest and come to Bahamas, if you're not happy and completely satisfied after the first day, because it's a 4-day event, you are welcome to sign everything back, and we will completely refund your money, because we know it's that profound.
Is there something to be said about escaping and having someone take all the responsibility, planning out the food, planning out your day, and just allowing yourself to reconnect?
Completely.
It's so important, and with respect to being at the ashram, we do it there because they prepare all the foods for you, and it's done in a way that's very detoxifying, very cleansing. So you're cleansing physically as well as emotionally.
Yeah, and I'm just going to mention fast that one of the reasons we decided to pull people away is because when we first started this 7 years ago, you know, we tried it in different ways, like through a weekly process or whatever, and I found that it was really tough for people to go home after really working on themselves and then be thrown back into their day-to-day family life. So this gives them a chance, as you said, Jeff, to escape and come away and actually just think of nothing but them, which don't we all need that?
Yeah.
It's okay to be selfish. Sorry.
It's very okay to be selfish.
Let's talk about the dates. When is this happening?
February 23rd to 26th. So you would fly into Nassau, and then you stay at the ashram. So we cover from Wednesday night right through to Sunday night. So 5 nights includes in your price, as well as all the food accommodations and the course. You just have to get there.
For people at home who don't know what ashram means, because I don't, what does it mean?
Good point. You go ahead. You've been there.
Basically, it's like a retreat, or if you would think of if you go to a retreat at a monastery. So it's a very spiritual place, a spiritual center. There will be
No
people
DVDs
there.
and
No.
TVs.
There is Wi-Fi there. There is, but
There's white sandy beaches and turquoise waters.
there are. And so very spiritual, very relaxing, very focused on internal.
Great, thank you for coming on the
you.
show.
Thank you.
For all the information you need to go on this retreat, go to angeladacey.com for more information. Stay tuned, we'll have a color and form salon and spa reveal right after this.